Back in the Dodger Stadium mound for this series opener against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And we're glad that you're with us for it on another gorgeous night for baseball. A heat wave coming this weekend, but it's very comfortable tonight with the temperature in the high 70s. Pirates coming to bat with this order. The rookie Austin Meadows will lead things off. Then Josh Harrison will be a hot commodity with the trade deadline approaching. Gregory Polanco's in right. Elias Diaz does the catching, followed by Colin Moran and David Freese, the old World Series MVP. Corey Dickerson's in left, and Jordy Mercer starts at short. On Wednesday against the Cubs, Alex Wood pitched into the seventh for the first time since his first start of the year. And in his last 3 games, those numbers very good.
You know, the first game of the hot streak, you really started to notice that his location at the bottom of the strike zone was much better. It wasn't just a basic strike, but it was right down by the knees where he can get that ground ball. And then the next thing that you saw come along was the changeup. His basic foundational off-speed pitch, the league started hitting against it about 200, and that really made him tough. And then the breaking ball chase right. The breaking ball got sharper, a little wider. Hitters started offering at it when it started as a strike, ended up a ball, and that has put him on a roll.
Closed captioning tonight brought to you by Wiener Schnitzel. As Austin Meadows heads to the plate to get this game started, we've got the Independence Day uniforms are out early. It fits well with the Dodger uniform. It's not too jarring. But it's a little odd to look over to the Pirates dugout and see red hats. Dodgers 2-4 over their last 6 games. Pirates, meanwhile, have gone 4-2 on this current road trip after they lost 5 in a row. They're 40-43 overall. Off we go with Meadows popping the first pitch of the game to left. Matt Kemp on the dead sprint into foul ground, and it's strike 1. Meadows off to a great start here in his big league career. It's been one of the lone bright spots in a tough season for Pittsburgh, where they started 26-17. They're in first place in the Central in mid-May, but have gone 14-26 since. And only the New York Mets have been worse. Another pop-up. This one will be playable. Chris Taylor, 1 out.
Second baseman number 5, Josh Harrison.
And here's Josh Harrison. And the Dodgers, even though they are 2-4 in their last 6 games, when you widen it up, you go back to mid-May. 28-13. It's the best record in the National League.
The win yesterday got them back to 500 here at home, and they've really gotten hot here at home, though, over that course. They're 15-9 since they were faltering at the beginning of the year here at Dodger Stadium. So even though they're just 500, they're learning to play better at home and liking a little bit of that home cooking, trying to save this homestand.
Harrison out in front, 1 ball, 1 strike. Open the day 2.5 back of the Diamondbacks, who are already trailing 4-1 in the first inning against St. Louis. Diamondbacks just got swept by the San Francisco Giants. They are now tied with the Dodgers for second. 2-1 on Harrison. Giants lead the Rockies 2-0, by the way, 6th inning at Coors Field. Big break to that one, 2-2.
It seems like the race starts a little bit after All-Star break, but it seems like we're kind of jockeying for position to see which gate you're getting into in the horse race. Dodgers looking for that gate position of number 1 going into the All-Star break. If they can get hot, catch Arizona, keep San Francisco at bay.
A little bit surprising. San Francisco has worked its way back into the discussion. Kind of started to look like it'd become a 2-horse race with Arizona and the Dodgers. The Giants have won 10 of 12.
That sweep of Arizona really tightened things up in a hurry.
Another 2-2. Harrison stays alive. Could have gone the other way. I mean, they entered that series 5.5 back. Say Arizona sweeps San Francisco, their year's over. I mean, they're 8.5 back. But instead, they sweep Arizona, and it's a 3-team race right now. Ground ball to the hole at short. Tough bounce on Taylor, and it cost him.
It's one of those tweeners for Chris Taylor. Do I round it off and go forehand? Do I approach it and maybe take some momentum and use the backhand? He decides to round it off, and you're right about that last hop. As he's trying to turn the corner, that ball came up on him, hits the heel of his glove, and that little bobble was enough.
Throw an air on Taylor. Pirates with their first base runner of the night. And here is their hottest hitter, Gregory Polanco. #1 OPS in the National League over the last 2.5 weeks. This is a guy they've been waiting for years to do what he's been doing these last couple weeks. Potential, always the word with him. He's dealt with injuries, really fallen below their expectations for much of his first 5 years. On an 0-1 pitch, Polanco rips one to first, a double play. Bellinger puts it away to finish the inning. Alex Wood faces the minimum in the first, and the Dodgers come to bat against Nick Kingham when you come back. Scoring those 4 late runs. Here's the lineup for this one. Jock Peterson to lead off. Then Max Muncy at second with those cool socks on. Justin Turner hits third. Cody Bellinger, Matt Kemp, and Yasmani Grandal in the middle of the order. Taylor's at short, and Puig is in right. Against a 26-year-old rookie Nick Kingham, who's been back and forth between the bigs and AAA this year. Back up today for his 7th start.
He's going to come at you with the fastball to curve, the changeup and the slider. The off-speed stuff up here at the big league level, this being his 7th big league start, has been outstanding. Fastball's not electric, around 93 miles an hour. And you look across the board at his statistics, and you really think this guy could be good. What he's doing, he really is consistent. He just hasn't found it early.
Starts his day against Jock Peterson, who looks at a strike. Although that first game of his major league career, that is always going to be part of his bio, part of his headline. Had a perfect game going with 2 out in the 7th inning in his major league debut against a good St. Louis Cardinals team. Wound up finishing off 7 shutout innings in that game. One of the great debuts in Pirates history. Falls behind Peterson, 2-1. Ground ball off the end of the bat, and it's short Jordy Mercer for the first out. And since that near perfect game in his major league debut, the story has become first inning troubles. And again, that's a limited sample because he's only made 6 big league starts. But much of the damage has come right away.
Well, when you see that big a discrepancy, I think some of the reasons they sent him down to AAA was to learn to manage your nerves and your warm-up before you come back into the big league game. I don't think he got sent down because he was pitching so poorly. I think he got sent down for a specific reason, to get a little bit better as soon as you come out of the bullpen.
Ball 1 to Muncy.
And you don't blame young guys taking a while to settle into the whole big league atmosphere, and sometimes it creeps up on you every start for a while. We've even seen veterans struggle with first inning troubles. Kenta Maeda in the past has had troubles at times, and so has Rich Hill.
Here he comes with the 1-1. Muncy watches a fastball. Pinpoint, strike 2. Kershaw tomorrow and Hill on Wednesday.
Rotation is getting healthier and more effective.
Two and 2 on Muncy. We opened the show by talking about Matt Kemp and the day that he had. This is a little bit louder, but Muncy reached all 4 times. 2 singles, 2 walks. And here he's worked it full. In addition to leading the club in home runs, he leads the National League in walk rate. And on this 3-2, he hits it foul. We'll do it again. It's quite a look with the socks some of these guys are sporting today, huh?
Yeah, the early look of the holiday with the hats and the socks, and early fireworks here tomorrow and on the 4th. So let the celebration begin. First with wardrobe.
Muncy hits it hard. Harrison gets there. Kingham covering, but he can't hang on. Muncy quickly turns and heads to second.
It's well hit, and it probably thinks it should be a hit, but now it's going to be an error when you get the ball, get it to your pitcher. A very good feed. I don't know why he misses it other than maybe the impact of the base. Juggles his eyes a little bit. But Max very much heads up as that ball got away.
So both teams of the first inning air. Dodgers trying to cash in on the Pirates one, as Justin Turner stands in. Fastball for a strike on a generous inside corner. We take a look at our Land Rover Performance Spotlight. Turner's last 8 games, he's hit 3 home runs and an OPS among the best in baseball.
And it's never surprising that the average and he gets hot. What's surprising is the wrist is feeling good enough and the power is coming back to the bat. One of the best signs I've seen for Justin Turner, other than the production on the field of late, is the early batting practice and all the reps he's taking with Turner Ward. That tells me that the wrist is feeling good, that he can put the work in and maybe continue this hot streak.
He's got Muncy at second with 1 out and an 0-2. Rides in, ball 1. How long before you can watch Justin Turner take a fastball inside and not cringe?
It's going to be a while. Pitcher gets ahead 0-2, and you see the catcher kind of slide in under his hands, and you go, oh boy.
Stay out of there.
Yeah.
And he comes back with a slider that misses. 2-2.
One that crowds you, one that tries to walk you off the plate, and he's good enough to take them both. He's got his toe in the box.
Full count. These teams faced off in Pittsburgh early June. Dodgers took 2 of 3. And over the last 2 seasons, they've won 8 of 10 against Pittsburgh. Offense was the story in that first series. Dodgers averaged better than 7 runs per game against Clint Hurdle's bunch, which was decent offensively too.
The last time they faced each other, it was kind of like the Dodgers need to start getting it going. They're at 500, but now it feels like the Pirates should be somebody that the Dodgers pick on and at least win the series and hopefully go for the sweep.
Turner flips it to right. Polanco's there. 2 out. Time now for the Lowe's whole team together, and some of the individual performances in that Pittsburgh series impressive. Up and down the lineup, guys that had big series in the Steel City.
Well, you like that. That was back when Jock Peterson was just starting to really get command of his new batting stance. Cody Bellinger was hot there, and Matt Kemp, you go early in the season with Yasmani Grandal, and Max Muncy was kind of emerging onto the scene as somebody would go, wow, they got to keep finding a way to keep him in the lineup.
Cody Bellinger with 2 out. Did you do that on purpose and say you like that? Jock Peterson, that's Jock's line from the postseason last year. Caught a balk on Kingham, and a move Muncy to third. Yeah, I remember him shouting, "You like that?" Kirk Cousins style.
I did not do that on purpose, but that's a very nice replay.
Worked.
I see Muncy in those socks, and I think old-time baseball.
I think that anytime I see Max. But yes.
More the red and white sock than the blue with the stars down the side.
So the man at third, Bellinger, takes ball 1 inside. Kingham didn't seem to have any argument with the balk call from the crew chief, Jeff Nelson, at third. Spins off of the plate. Bellinger's ahead 2-0. Did you see anything in particular that drew that call? Oh,
right there.
A little flinch.
Yep. Started to come up to go set and hesitated.
Change up. That's been his best pitch. 2-1.
The individual pitches are all effective against the league. It's just when he's been giving up runs, it's kind of been, can I eliminate the damage? But after he gets out of those situations, pretty much low hit totals and low averages against all 4 of his pitches.
Now with a fastball to the corner, that's a deadly combination when you fade the changeup 1 pitch and then blaze a fastball to 95 to the same spot. Two out first inning. 2-2. Diggs a breaking ball out, but it hooks foul.
You see a left-handed hitter do that with your breaking ball, you think fastball up. And then the challenge will be for Cody. Do you lay off it? Or do you understand now with your swing how to handle it?
By the hands, full count. Here's the payoff. Tapped in front of the plate. Not going to be an easy play. Not in time, and the Dodgers lead. Reach on an error. Advance to second on the same error. Move to third on a balk. And get a run and an infield hit.
Hit weakly, but no time for disappointment. Cody Bellinger and his wheels flying down there to first base, sniffing that RBI.
So a guy that hit 39 home runs as a rookie last year picks up an RBI with a 39-footer. And Kemp comes up with 2 out. Swings at a first pitch fastball and drops it into the gap in left center. Bellinger headed for third. At the corners with 2 gone.
Matt Kemp not immune at attacking somebody that he has never seen on the first pitch. Breaks his bat, but gets a hit out of it.
That is 4 for his last 4. 25 pitches into the outing. Here comes a visit from Ray Searich.
First inning troubles again for Kingham, but really not all in his making other than the little addition of the balk. But the Matt Kemp hit would have drove the run in anyway.
So the 26-year-old who's making his major league debut this year in his 9th season as a pro, trying to avoid another big number in the first inning. Grandal with 2 out.
I omitted his error too, so it might be his arm in the other innings where he has trouble in the first inning, but this time it was his glove and his footwork.
First one to Grandal, misses up. It's 1-0. Bellinger at third with the infield RBI single. Kemp at first with a single of his own. And Kingham home with a 1-0 pitch. Good take by Grandal on a changeup. 2-0. Yeah, Osmani got off to that hot start. Was above 300 over the first month. Below 200 since, even though for the most part he's continued to make very hard contact. On a 2-0, he takes ball 3. And now the throw gets away back to the pitcher, and they get another run in the ugliest of innings from Pittsburgh. What in the world?
Put on the holiday uniforms and get a couple gifts. Just a routine throw back, and the footwork on the mound, he didn't read it. Did not approach that ball very well. Wasn't that bad of a throw.
On a 3-1. That's ball 4. And Nick Kingham can look in the mirror when it comes to the troubles in this first inning and the 2 runs that the Dodgers have gotten. A walk, an error of his, and then that weird play on the throwback from Diaz. Like you said, it wasn't a particularly bad throw. It wasn't spot on, but it was lobbed and it was on his frame.
He should have definitely been able to get it. He just crossed over with his legs the wrong way and cut down on his reach.
They have ruled it an error. I haven't gotten word on whether that's on Diaz or it's on Kingham. Either way, it's helped the Dodgers produce their second run. 2 on, 2 out, 2-0. Chris Taylor fouls back the fastball. Chris trying to break out of a bit of a slump. He's hitless in his last 12 at-bats. Try to get the timing back after missing the better part of a week with that hamstring injury. Oh, 0-2.
Outstanding pitch right there. When you get ahead of these Dodgers with 2 strikes, they do not chase. The lowest in Major League Baseball with 2 strikes as far as their chase rate. So a youngster against a very disciplined lineup.
Got him swinging, and that's that in the first. But the Dodgers gifted a couple of runs. To the second we go on a gorgeous night at Dodger Stadium. He walks one. He gives up 2 hits. He commits 2 errors, and he balks.
You work really hard to work on your stuff, throwing strikes in the bullpen, calming yourself down. On the mound, not bad. Around the bases and just catching the ball back from the catcher needs to improve.
Middle third of the order for the Pirates against Alex Wood here in the second. Elias Diaz, the catcher, who has taken over for the injured Francisco Cervelli. Alex Wood throws change up for strike 1. It's not been much of a drop off. Diaz having a great season. And the Pirates leading the majors in production from the catcher spot. So he's catching and he's hitting cleanup. It's a completely different story from the cleanup spot for the Pirates. They're among the worst in baseball there. Quickly 0-2.
Alex Wood attacking. 13 pitches, 11 strikes. He's up near the top in the National League in first pitch strikes. He is a strike thrower. During this hot streak, Alex has been much more effective in the strike zone too. So as he's been throwing strikes, the stuff has gotten better. The depth on the changeup, the location of the fastball, the sharpness of the breaking ball. everything has improved, including the consistency of that location in the strike zone.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Diaz. And you know, prior to these 3 starts where he's back to the Alex Wood that we enjoyed watching last year, that was the worst 3-start stretch of his entire baseball life. There's nothing like that even when he was dealing with the injury issues a couple years ago, coming off Tommy John prior to that. Never went through anything like that. So you start questioning things. You lose that sense of conviction. And I've got to imagine as a pitcher, standing on the mound in front of 50,000 people some nights here, that's a lonely feeling.
Yeah, you're lost and you feel like you've been through your whole tool book and haven't found the answer.
Driven to left center field. Peterson drifting back, but that ball's going to leave the yard. And Elias Diaz has his 7th home run of the season to open the scoring for Pittsburgh.
One of the biggest holes in the Pittsburgh offense has been their ability to hit home runs. Completely opposite of the Dodgers. With this ball, Diaz stays hot and hits the long ball.
So it's 2-1. And Colin Moran. Strike 1. Moran was the hero for the Pirates yesterday as they won the final game in San Diego, hitting a grand slam. On the corner, and it's 0-2.
What a thrill. Was a high arching long fly ball that just made it out, but who cares if it just makes it out? It still counts for 4.
It was his 2nd one of the season as a rookie in Pittsburgh, and first one came in his very first AB at PNC Park. Talk about endearing yourself to your new franchise after he came over in the Garrett Cole trade from Houston. So he did it in his first AB at home as a Pirate. And he did it again yesterday. On an 0-2, he takes ball 1. "25 years old. The Pirates, they traded away Garrett Cole, and Cole is having a great season for Houston. They've had a nice return on him. I mean, Moran's a guy they're going to have control of for many years moving forward. Got a reliever out of the deal. Got another young prospect who's been effective. Although it's hard to look across and see what Garrett Cole's doing and cringe a little bit.
But how would that have helped Pittsburgh? You know, they're looking to the future. So I think both sides are probably happy with the trade right now, and it's ability for ability, but it was the timing that they were really trading of when what Pittsburgh gets meshes up with when they think they're going to be good again.
It's going to be a little bit.
Yes.
I don't say that.
No, I know.
Trying to get a laugh out of you. It's just.
No, for me, it felt obvious not to laugh, but like, yeah, this team is a ways off right now.
2 balls and 2 strikes, and they figure to be a seller with the deadline coming up. How deep they go into that, we'll see. There are several pieces that other teams will have their eyes on. We mentioned Josh Harrison will be one of them. Ground ball to short. Chris Taylor ran the first out of the inning. Corey Dickerson, they brought over in a trade this offseason. He's faded a little bit lately, but somebody that could attract some attention. They've got some bullpen arms too. First and foremost, their closer, Felipe Vasquez, formerly Felipe Rivero. Very team-friendly contract. So he's somebody that it may be surprising to see them move. It would need to be blown away to part with him. Dodgers 2, Pirates 1 in the second as David Freese takes a strike.
It's going to be one of the hardest throwing bullpens that the Dodgers are going to face. There's a lot of big fastballs down there. They haven't pitched that well of late, really most of the season, but at times they get hot as individuals.
1-2. As far as the rotation goes, Dodgers tomorrow will see Ivan Nova. He's somebody that a contender could like as a 4th or 5th starter, round out a rotation. He's 34 years old in his 9th big league year, second one with Pittsburgh, or his 3rd with Pittsburgh. He's down on strikes, 2 away.
You look at this series and you've got Alex Wood tonight, you've got Clayton Kershaw, you've got Rich Hill, 3 really good lefties that when they're on their game, it's hard to string hits together on, and they're facing an offense that doesn't hit for power and doesn't really string hits together. So it's a pretty good combination as far as the Dodgers starters in this series against a Pittsburgh offense.
Two on game, 2 out. Corey Dickerson. You know, earlier the Pirates offense was pretty good over that first month and a half. We talked about they were the first place team in the Central in mid-May. They're averaging better than 5 runs a game over that span, but about 3.5 runs per game since then. Down to the bottom of the league. On a 1-0 pitch, Dickerson watches it spin away for ball 2. So much pine tar that it looks like the generic Little League helmet. Can't even see the logo. 2-1. Two and 2. Dickerson, his season has kind of matched that of the Pirates. He got off to a great start and was among the leaders in several offensive categories in late May, but fallen on harder times lately. 196 his average the last 3 weeks. Mississippi, small town Brookhaven, Mississippi. Played junior college ball there. Drafted by the Rockies. May remember him with the Colorado Rockies before he was traded away. On a 2-2. He flips one into left field for a 2-out hit. Hold on with a single.
Pretty good 2-strike approach right here. Choked up on the bat about 2 inches, just trying to make contact, and gave himself a chance and got 90 feet out of it.
And that's something that he's done this year, even though he's been slumping lately. During spring training, he shortened the leg kick, started choking up more like we saw right there. And he's really dropped the strikeout rate from a year ago. The whole thing was he wanted to be a tougher out. He was giving away too many at-bats, even though he had a pretty good line last year. Jordy Mercer with 2 out, swings and misses, strike 1.
He doesn't even lift his front leg at all. He kind of takes his weight up onto his toe and then just drops the heel and then drops the head of the bat.
one of the best bad ball hitters in the league. He's doubled on pitches that bounced twice. That's foul. That's strike 2. Good catch, huh?
He will remember that the rest of his life. And he's even got a replay.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
And that thing had some serious hook to it. Nothing at 2 on the Pirates shortstop, Jordy Mercer.
He's going to find the replay of that, and it'll be on his Facebook page or someplace in social media.
One of those sites. Another 0-2. In the dirt, runner took off. Grandal's throw on a dime to get Dickerson.
Sweet throw. Yasmani makes it easy for the tag because look where that ball is.
I don't know that this is top tier, but officially it is our top tier plays of the game, brought to you by Arco. The sloppy first inning that included 2 errors for Nick Kingham, a balk, a walk, an infield single, and a first inning that he would rather forget, or 2 runs come across.
He definitely wants to forget it, and for him it's not top tier, it's bottom drawer, and he wants to bury it and then get back on the hill, because this game is just underway. 2-1, yes, and he gave the Dodgers the 2 runs, but long way to go if he throws the ball properly.
I'll let you bounce that one off the folks at Arco, the bottom drawer one.
No.
I'm not sure that's the branding they're looking for. I don't want to speak for them, but here's Puig to open the second. A home run against Pittsburgh earlier this season. Has always been good against the Pirates. Takes a strike, and it's 0-1. Ball spinning wildly. A lot of English on it, but picked up by Mercer, and he throws Puig out.
That might have hit a divot in front of the plate from another ground ball that had landed there, because that did take a funny kick. We're used to in baseball seeing those funny kicks out on the field where there's been a lot of footwork, not in front of home plate.
Now Alex Wood comes up.
Watch his first hop.
Ooh.
Dead left.
1-0. Alex got his first hit of the season against the Cubs last Wednesday. Ripped a single. Chopper deep in the hole. Mercer with a jump throw, and Wood's got another hit. This one an infield single.
I love the passion that all of our starting pitchers show in trying to improve their bunting, trying to improve their hitting, getting in the box and not looking like an automatic out. They bring the same intensity into the batter's box they do to the mound.
They've got a tone setter as an ace in that department, don't they?
They sure do.
Here's Jock.
And each and every other Dodger pitcher that has come on to Clayton Kershaw's staff has brought their intensity up in all the different peripheral things that you have to do as a pitcher, from holding runners to pickoffs to throwing the bases to hitting.
Strike one. When your best players are also your hardest workers, that's a good equation. Kingham delivers. Peterson shows bunt, and it's foul with that shift on. 0-2. Moran plays even deeper at third with 2 strikes now. And on an 0-2, he pops it up. Diaz to the screen. That's a souvenir. High. Right into the camera. Jock Peterson, good day yesterday. We talked about Kemp. We talked about Muncy, both big days. Jock Peterson was 3 for 4 after he had slumped some the previous couple weeks. And another 0-2. Breaking ball in the dirt that he protects.
My confidence meter is going up with Jock. Watching the same approach day in and day out in the midst of the slump. He's not really thinking, okay, this is really going to continue, because he's really believing in the process. It seems like the mindset and the energy and the posture in the box is the same every time.
Tomahawks one that was above the letters to deep right. Polanco back to make the catch. An eye-high pitch that Peterson drives to the wall and right. Ultimately, it's out number 2.
It's an out, but it's a really good sign that this stance and positioning and everything he is doing is really starting to work.
That was impressive.
It was really impressive.
It's an out, but wow.
Get the barrel of the bat almost above that pitch.
Rick Krajewski tells us that he was watching Jock's batting practice today and just kind of messing around, swung at one that was up there and hit it out. Max Muncy takes a strike. Max reached on an air his first time and scored one of those runs in the first. Quickly falls behind here, 0-2. Bingham trying to respond here in the second. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Last time he pitched in the majors was June 9th, and he held the Cubs to 2 runs over 6 1/3. Went back to the minors, his first start back in AAA. Flirted with the whole perfect game thing again. Took it into the 7th. He gets Muncy with a changeup, and that's that for the Dodgers in the second. BMW Centers. Hurry in today for the BMW Summer On Sales event for exceptional offers. Details at SoCalBMW.com. And by Jack in the Box. Try the $4.99 Jack's Spicy Chicken Club Combo with toasted sourdough. New from Jack in the Box. Back here at Dodger Stadium, and we welcome you in the broadcast booth. Joe Davis with Ole Hershiser. Couple of innings for Alex Wood so far. The blemish, a Diaz home run, but what have you seen overall from him?
Fastball command outstanding. 14 of 16 for strikes. Breaking ball is there. Changeup's a little off for him, but all the percentages are pretty solid. And if he keeps attacking the strike zone, keeps that off-speed stuff rolling, I think he's going to have a good outing.
Back out there for the third with a 2-1 lead. He's always been good against the Pirates. He's faced them 8 times in his career. Has a sub-3 earned run average against them. That includes a couple of starts last year. Won them both. Didn't face them in that series in early June. Jordy Mercer was the man that was up there when last inning ended with Corey Dickerson getting caught trying to steal second. And so he's back up there to open this third. That ever bug you as a pitcher in any way when you had to face a guy like back-to-back like that? Did he have an advantage having seen a bunch of you just a minute ago?
Well, maybe a little bit. You can always say, do I want to stay with what my approach was, or do I want to adjust it? And so you probably take a read on him.
But of course you'd take the caught stealing any day.
Yeah, for sure. And you know where it really happened in my generation was in back-to-back outings. You would play the rhythm of the schedule. You'd get 2 starts against San Diego, and then your next time around you get 2 starts against San Francisco. Now with interleague play and the way they've kind of put everything together, you rarely get those back-to-back outings against the same team. Sometimes like this, yes, the same batters up there for 10, 12 pitches because of the stolen base attempt getting thrown out.
Yeah, that's why it was so unique. I think Ross Stripling just had that against the Cubs.
Yeah.
A couple guys did.
I was always in the belief of that make the hitter make the adjustment. If you're getting him out a certain way until he gets a hit, don't change.
Full count.
Ross with a couple more starts before the All-Star selection. I'm sure he'd like to have a couple of really good ones compared to the last few.
Ground ball to his counterpart at short, Taylor. One out. Max Scherzer maybe no longer a slam dunk as the starter. I know that he has the advantage because he's going to be in his home ballpark, and Dave Roberts would probably hear it from the Nationals fans if he didn't start him. But Max at last check was losing again tonight, and he is 0-3 in his last 4 starts. Now still putting up a good ERA, but and they did lose, so he's 0-4 in his last 5 starts. Strike one on Kingham. Alex Wood was an all-star last year. 16-3 with a sub-3. All-star for the first time. And a season where he started in the bullpen, moved into the rotation in late April. He was a National League Pitcher of the Month in his first month in the rotation. In a lot of ways, the season that Ross Stripling is having right now mirrors the season that Alex Wood had last year. You think about the path of beginning in the bullpen and having had the track record as a starter and getting an opportunity because of that after about a month, taking full advantage. 1-2 again. Ball 2.
Ross was a guest on the pregame show with Alana and Jerry, and he really talked a lot about the rhythm and the consistency of being in the rotation. He did talk about the curveball and Rick Honeycutt's advice of throwing it harder, getting the hump out of it.
That's hit hard. Turner's got it off a couple of bounces, and he throws it out. 2 gone. Nice play, Justin Turner.
You take a look at the Volkswagen replay, Justin Turner. Watch the beat after the catch right here. You catch a bullet, he stays really calm. He doesn't let the speed of the ball and the adrenaline of the moment all of a sudden mess up his timing. Takes a breath, turns gradually to the first, throws a strike.
Back-to-back ground ball outs to open this inning for Wood, and now the second time through the order with Austin Meadows. That's been one of the underlying things with Wood, which has been better lately, but last year his ground ball rate was elite, and it's been more middle of the pack this year. Fly ball left center. Kemp and Peterson. It's Matt Kemp. Alex Wood has his first 1-2-3 inning of the night.
exclusively online. Make sure your favorite Dodgers are represented on this year's squad by voting at Dodgers.com/vote. Catch all the excitement of the 89th MLB All-Star Game presented by MasterCard, July 17th, live on Fox.
Nick Kingham, after that disastrous first inning, put up a 0 in the second. And he goes back to work here in the third in a 2-1 game. It's Justin Turner taking a first pitch curve for a strike. Nick Kingham, 2010, was the 4th-round pick of the Pirates. Same year that his old high school teammate Bryce Harper went first overall. So this big league opportunity for Kingham has been a long time coming, and something that it looked like many years ago he was about to make much earlier before injuries set him back several seasons. Soft fly ball into shallow center. Josh Harrison can't find it. He hopes that Meadows can. And indeed, he's got it, 1 out. 2014, Nick Kingham reached AAA at the age of 22. That's the area where only really high prospects are able to do it. Getting to AAA at that age. He was on the verge of the call-up going into 2015, but then the elbow gave out, and he missed almost all of the next 2 years recovering from the Tommy John surgery. The arm was healthy going into last spring, but then he rolls his ankle during spring training, misses the first month and a half because of that, and never really got into rhythm. It's ball 1 on Cody Bellinger. So finally this year, in his 9th year as a pro, getting his first big league call-up. He's home with a 1-0. Ball 2.
I like the stuff. The arm looks really live. He looks like he has a very good feel for his off-speed stuff. Big-bodied guy. Looks like he's going to have a very strong lower half for a long time to protect his arm. We talk about the injuries, but maybe it's all behind him.
Bellinger swings it a 3-0 and hits a bullet to straightaway center and gone. Took advantage of a 3-0 green light and makes it 3-1 Dodgers.
First at bat hit a little dribbler. This one is not even close to that. This ball is absolutely crushed over the 395 mark. It was a line drive that went a long way.
Ties him with Muncy for the team lead, 17 this year. Now it's Kemp to left field. Dickerson over. He'll play that one off the wall. Kemp on his way to second. Dickerson's throw cut off. A double for Kemp, who is 5 for his last 5.
Matt Kemp has had a 4 RBI game this year and then stayed hot after that. That was at the end of May, beginning of June. Is he getting on one of those streaks?
Kemp said that he had started to kind of lose the feel to his swing, which all hitters do at some point, and most of them many times throughout a year. Comes and goes, but even when it was still going well for him, he was still getting hits. Wasn't feeling great. Ball 1 on Yasmani Grandal. So that's back in early June. Kind of started when the team was in Pittsburgh, actually. So Kemp started to search for it, started to try new drills with Turner Ward and Brant Brown, the hitting coaches. He's a big muscular guy. Same thing with Puig. Tendency can be to get too muscular in your swing, kind of grip the life out of the bat. But he put in that extra work and unlocked something in recent days. Clicked for him yesterday, and he's carried it into this one. Two-0 on Grandal. All 3. Both hitting coaches admiring the fact that Matt Kemp has the kind of resume where he could just kind of shrug off any help from coaches or any new ideas. He has been completely open for their suggestions, whether that's a tweak to the swing or a new drill, something he's never tried throughout his long baseball life. Completely open to whatever they've got. Grandal walks. His second one of the night. And now it's Taylor.
Dodger offense was pretty silent against the Rockies, where they lost 2 out of 3, but pretty much the offense, and Matt Kemp especially, rescued the offense the second half of game 3. Maybe that has been part of what's going on here, that they're all starting to get it going again.
Especially the heart of the order tonight, Oral. They've reached all 6 times, 4 hits, 2 walks.
Well, this last run, and with Cody Bellinger hitting it, Matt Kemp's double, and now the walk to Grandal feels better than the gift runs they got in the first.
One ball, no strikes. Yeah, they've earned these ones. Taylor struck out his first time. It's one of the 2 that Kingham has tonight. The 26-year-old from Las Vegas comes set for a 1-0 pitch. And Taylor cuts and misses. Two and one. Three balls, 1 strike. Pitch count all the way up at 63 for the rookie. He's walked a pair. He's given up 5 hits. He's committed a couple of errors. Trying to battle through it tonight. First and second with 1 out, and on a 3-1, Chris Taylor takes ball 4, and it skips away. Runners will advance, and they're loaded up. The Dodgers may be scaring him out of the zone here after home run double on back-to-back pitches. 8 of the last 9 have been balls.
Resurge with another trip to the mound. Is it Kingham? Partially to settle down, but in some ways to get him to trust his stuff after a few walks. You've got to get back in the strike zone and encourage him on what pitches you really like and he can have confidence in. And as a pitching coach, you're always reminding these youngsters that you're 1 pitch from getting out of this inning, because you've got 1 out up there. Double plays in order. Get me a ground ball and let these infielders work.
Stirring down in that bullpen. And then from Puig's perspective, as he comes up, 8 of the last 9 have been balls. But how often do you see after a mound visit a center cut cookie?
You will see some aggressiveness, and especially a youngster that is like, yeah, I got to follow his advice to the T, and he wants strikes, so here it comes. It might turn around on you too, though, once you throw that strike.
Right. So let's see what Yasiel does. We go off of what he's just seen. Does he go off of the baseball tradition of throwing a strike after a visit and unload? Dodgers with a chance to break this game open early. It's ball one as he started him with a breaking pitch.
Not even close right there. I mean, it's one thing to have a miss. It's another thing to miss that wide when you've got bases loaded, one out. There's a little anxiety in that grip on that pitch.
Puig helps him out to third. Moran gets one at second, but not in time at first. Kemp scores, and the Dodgers lead at 4-1.
Cody Bellinger in his first at bat beat out a little chopper out in front of the plate. The wheels get it done, and right here, Yasiel Puig, his legs get it done. Get him an RBI and another tally on the board for the Dodgers to make it 4-1.
2 in the first, and now 2 here in the third. And now Kingham to face Alex Wood. Action down in the bullpen, Tanner Anderson. If and when he comes in, it'll be his major league debut. Wood won his first 15 starts of the year without a hit. He now has a hit in each of his last 2. An infield single his last time. Les Diaz giving Clint Hurdle a moment. Play on. Grandal at third and Puig at first. Wood hacks at it and pops it up. Right center. Polanco. The Dodgers get 2 in the inning. One of them on a Cody Bellinger solo shot. Number 17 of the year. And after 3, the Dodgers 4, the Pirates 1.
Of the 4th inning, a quick update for you on right-hander Walker Buehler, who was optioned to single-A Rancho Cucamonga on June 29th, but he's working out those frequent flyer miles and just mileage in the car from Cucamonga. Was here earlier today working out on the field with the team in the defensive drill, some PFP action, but he is set to make the start for Rancho Cucamonga tomorrow. Dave Roberts earlier when he was optioned saying he's going to get at least 2 starts, possibly more, before coming back up here. Tony Cingrani still working his way back from the disabled list. Had a pen today. They were certainly encouraged by it, but certainly will also need a rehab start for the left-hander, guys.
All right, Alana. So they continue to get closer to fully healthy, some closer than others. It's been a steady flow of guys off of the disabled list in recent weeks.
Well, there were so many guys going on the DL, staying on the DL. It is nice to see the trend reversing.
Two, 3, and 4 against Alex Wood. It's Josh Harrison to open the fourth, taking a strike. Corey Seager. Fly ball to center field. Jock Peterson sprinting, that ball tailing, so a long run, and he nearly lost his feet. Able to keep him and make the catch.
Running at first to a spot, then having his head up for a long time. And you're right, the difference between the grass and the dirt might all of a sudden made him lose a little bit of his balance. Looked like the ball was in the glove before the stumble.
One gone for Gregory Polanco, who has a wild swing and a miss for strike one. This is Dominican Republic night at Dodger Stadium, and Polanco, the lone Pirate in the lineup tonight from the Dominican. Turns on this ball, down the line to right, towards the foul pole. Puig's over there. He leaps into the crowd and catches it. Can't take your eyes off 66.
Never gives up on this. Eyeballs the wall, gets ready to jump, doesn't need a full leap, but an outstanding job of judging that ball and getting that out. What do you think, Alex?
Touchdown.
It's like a partial Yasiel Puig dance when he scores from second and a ball slightly gets away. Get your arms in the air.
That was, you're right.
So you don't care. What's that song? Get your arms in the air like you don't care. There's something like, there's one like that.
Yeah, I'm sure there is one out there. At least
oh, come on. Dieter.
Even he's
wave your arms in the air like you don't care, and then it's that kind of rhythm. But that was Yasiel after he scored yesterday.
0-2. I'm not. You're not wrong. It's just not coming right to me.
No, me neither.
It is a song. People at home are.
It's not on my playlist, so it's kind of like.
Wood looking for another 1-2-3 inning. He buzzes the tower here, and it's 1-2.
Rick Krajewski is much better at baseball than looking up lyrics.
Have you put him on the job, though?
I think he took the job on his own when he heard me stumbling around for the lyrics.
1-2. Lays off a change up, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Gently tapped to third, Justin Turner. And that is back-to-back 1-2-3 innings for Alex Wood. Settling in with his 4-1 lead and getting some help from the Wild Horse. Doing it again. and 2 in the third. Jock Peterson to start this fourth. Against Nick Kingham in his 7th major league start. Drops a breaking pitch that he wanted for a strike, won't get it. 1-0. So you were thinking of cameo.
Thank you.
Word up. Peterson hits one high in the air, deep right field. Polanco's back at the wall. It is gone. Jock Peterson leaves the building, and the Dodgers lead at 5-1 on his 12th of the year.
When Jock gets close and it doesn't go out, you see 2 hands go up to the helmet and you see the frustration, but that was a very nice relaxed jog around the bases when that one cleared the wall.
Second home run of the game for the Dodgers after Bellinger's shot last inning. And for Peterson, his 11th since the beginning of June. Here's Max Muncy. Ball 1. Leading baseball in slugging percentage in that time. Muncy down the line. That is a foul ball.
Jock in the first at bat. Oh, just missed it. Even though it was that high, he said, oh my gosh, that was close. This one, the pitch a little lower, the ball a little farther.
Now it's Muncy sending a high drive to right field. A majestic shot and back-to-back.
Cody Bellinger tied him for the team lead in home runs at 17 in the third. Max Muncy says, well, in the fourth, back-to-back jobs puts him back on top. Now with 18 and leading the team with that swing.
He's got kind of a distinct bat flip that he's beginning to get a lot of practice at. With a recoil and then the soft slam in front of him. Strike 1 on Justin Turner. Took the back chop. Now they did 2.
The only way you can continue on with that recoil is that if the vibration or lack thereof of the ball hitting the bat, you know it's way gone.
So he retakes the team lead. That is having spent the first 3 weeks in AAA. 18 home runs for Max Muncy. Third home run of the night for the Dodgers. They are 13-0 this year when they hit 3 of them. Kingham to the plate, 1-2, and Turner swings. He hits one down the line, hooking towards the pole, and foul. They were that close to back-to-back-to-back. Two and 2. Looks like Clint Hurdle is putting the wheels in motion to have a change coming soon. Tanner Anderson's ready as Justin Turner hits one by the bag. That's a fair ball. Ricochets to Polanco. He's going to challenge his arm. He's going to double. Homer double to open the fourth.
Off the bat with this angle, Justin Turner is thinking two right away, and the double was secured when Polanco slips. Justin doesn't slip at all when he takes it up a gear. Shoots that ball beautifully down the right field line.
That is going to do it for Kingham. 7 of the last 9 Dodgers reach against him. It'll be part of a double switch. And for Kingham, a perfect game through 6 2/3 in his debut. Feels like an eternity ago. It's 6-1. Who's in, who's out, brought to you by In-N-Out. The major league debut now of Harvard's Tanner Anderson.
He's not going to have any problems with the man on second learning the sequence of signs.
That man is Justin Turner after his double. And the batter that Anderson faces in his first major league game is Cody Bellinger, strike one. Bellinger 2 for 2 tonight. Infield single and then a solo homer. Grounds one right side. It's Colin Moran. And Bellinger's the first out.
Left field, Matt Kemp.
Turner up to third. Matt Kemp up to the plate. Single and a double tonight. And you go back to yesterday. Kemp is 5 for his last 5.
He's really starting to get on a roll right here. He had 4 RBIs on May 30th and got on a roll. Maybe yesterday will get him on this roll to continue. The end of May, beginning of June, that next week he hit .435 with 4 home runs.
1 ball and no strikes. Started him with a breaking pitch. Now they come inside with a fastball, and he ropes it to left center for his 3rd hit of the night. He brings home Turner. All 3 hits have come on fastballs, and why anybody pitches in fastballs anymore, it's a question at this point. #1 hitter in baseball against fastballs.
They put you on the Carl's Cam replay. Boy, he just is stroking the baseball on a line, in the air, whatever it takes.
Now it's Grandal with 1 out, taking ball 1. You know, and part of the slump that Matt Kemp has gone into has corresponded with him seeing fewer and fewer fastballs. So teams have caught on to the fact that he's destroying fastballs and, relatively speaking, struggling against the soft stuff. Here's the percentage of pitches that he sees that are breaking balls by month. First few months below 30%, but June and the first day of July, that percentage way up. The Pirates going back to what teams were getting punished for doing earlier this year. 3 hits on 3 fastballs for Kemp.
A young fellow started the game only his 7th big league outing, and now a guy out there in his big league debut, and a lot of times they don't get the perfect feel of the off-speed stuff with the nerves, so sometimes with the adrenaline running through your body, you default to that fastball, even though you know the scouting report and you've been coached up to kind of try and stay away from that.
Now Grandal slices 1 to left. That'll sink down for a hit. Dickerson juggles it in the corner. They'll hold Kemp at third on a Grandal double. And the hits just keep on coming for the Dodgers. 10 of them tonight.
In the first inning, they get a couple of runs on gifts, but now they are earning everything they are getting, either over the wall, down the line, or line drives up the middle. It's a smorgasbord of hits.
Good word.
Every once in a while, that Bowling Green education pops up.
Second and third, 1 out for Taylor. He takes a strike. Broken bat flare, center field, base hit. Kemp is in. They'll hold Grandal. Chris Taylor with an RBI single. And yes, barrels are overrated. You knew that was coming from him. That for Taylor. Snaps an 0 for 13.
Matt Kemp's first hit was like this one. His bat didn't shatter, but it was off the end of the bat and found easy, nice, soft grass in the outfield. Chris Taylor benefits from that one.
Ray Searage has been a busy guy making this walk. This, what, 4th time he's gone out tonight?
He's getting his cardio.
Getting his steps in.
Yep.
How many big leaguers, just take a random guess, would you figure have come from Harvard, like Tanner Anderson?
I think I overheard a conversation earlier today.
Yeah, it was
and
wrong.
it was wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I don't know then.
32. He's the 32nd, although 21 of them came before 1930.
Tanner in 2017 split time at Double-A between the rotation and relieving. So this is not a shock to his system. He's come out of the bullpen in the minor leagues, gotten a few of those different roles. But it can be a shock to struggle in your very first big league outing against the team that's offense has really woken up.
They've matched their production from the entire series against Colorado already in this game. Puig swung himself out of his shoes. Strike one. Ball one strike. Driven to left center field. Base hit for Puig, and it gets by Meadows. Grandal in easily. Taylor scores all the way from first. They've got 10 in the first 4.
If you're going to get a lot of hits and a lot of runs in a 3-game series, the best one is the first one, because you start to really tax the opposing team's bullpen. Your confidence grows against the opposing uniform, and that way maybe it'll lead to 3 wins.
Alex Wood, strike one. 10 runs on 12 hits over the first 3+ innings. But a whole lot more like the offense from early June. By the way, just for bookkeeping purposes, Puig gets 1 RBI there. Second run comes in on an E8. Third error of the night for Pittsburgh. Tapper back to the mound. Henderson throws Wood out. So they've batted around here in the 4th, scoring 6 times. It all started with a Jock Peterson home run, and he's up there again.
Center fielder number 31, Jock Peterson.
Jock just missed in his first at bat, but this one about belled high, slightly above, and this one is slightly above the fence also.
How about this? Peterson, Muncy, Bellinger have all homered today. It's the 3rd time in the last 9 games that's happened. One and out. Popular guy tonight. Wow, what a diving stop by David Freese at first. Jock Peterson starts the inning with a home run, but he's robbed of a base hit there to finish it. He and Muncy opened his 6-run 4th with back-to-back jacks, and after 4, the rout is on. It's 10-1. They got souvenirs out of the night. your Southern California Toyota dealers. It's Toyota's Red, White, and You sales event. Celebrate your independence with a great deal on a new Camry. It was on this date in the first year of this ballpark, 1962, that Johnny Padres tied a major league record by striking out 8 consecutive hitters against the Philadelphia Phillies. The record has since been broken. Tom Seaver struck out 10 in a row, finished a game in 1970. Alex Wood would strike 1 on Colin Moran. Johnny Padres grew up in upstate New York. As a Dodger fan, listening to Red Barber call the games, he was the kind of kid that would have the transistor radio in his room. His mom would have to come in, tell him, "Go to bed, Johnny. Got school tomorrow." And once flexed in the air to shallow right. Muncy's going out, making an over-the-shoulder catch with Puig bearing down on him. So 1 away in the 5th. This kid that goes from being the kid that we all were, sitting there listening to our favorite team, winds up being the first World Series MVP for his favorite team, 1955, with a complete game shutout in Game 7. Johnny Padres, you got to know a little bit.
Yeah, he turned out to be an amazing pitching coach, outstanding pitcher, awesome changeup, and a good teacher of all the different pitches. And a great bedside manner as a coach.
Ball 1 on David Freese. Pitched 15 years in the majors. 13 of those came with the Dodgers. He wouldn't pitch again for a couple years after that Game 7 in 1955. He spent 1956 serving in the U.S. Navy. Stayed fresh though. He pitched for a military team. Came back to the Dodgers in 1957. He eventually was the guy that threw the very first pitch in this ballpark. Freeze down on strikes. 2 out.
Alex Wood doing a nice job after getting a 23-minute break between pitches, while the club posted up a 6th spot in the bottom of the 4th. Whispers always go around the stadium with fans and in the broadcast booth. What's it going to be like after you sit that long? Well, Alex seems to have found his rhythm right away.
This is the last guy to reach against him. Corey Dickerson with a single in the 2nd. Wood has since retired 8 in a row. Starts him with a breaking pitch outside, ball 1. Two 2-0. Well, did we get a strike call on that? I think we did. Never mind. 1-1. One ball and 2 strikes. It's a long run. Chokes way up on that bat with 2 strikes and slashes another base hit to left. Almost an instant replay of his first one. One of the more impressive 2-strike hitters in the league this year.
Number 10, Jordy Mercer.
And these hits are developing a pattern, because even Matt Kemp, this ball sliced down the line and Matt Kemp's just standing there waiting for it.
10-1 game in the 5th inning, and Jordy Mercer bats. Jordy's parents owned a seismograph business, which is, I guess, a story in itself. A unique way to make a living. But his dad promised him that if he ever goes on to play baseball somewhere, I'm going to sell the business and come watch you play wherever you go. So Jordy signs with Oklahoma State. His parents sell the company, buy an RV, and start traveling to all his games, and they still do. Now in his 7th year in the majors. Line drive past a diving Taylor, base hit.
Get the first 2 guys out, the next 2 guys get on, and you want to keep the Pirates on the canvas. Chris Taylor tries to do that with this effort right here. He ends up on the sod.
Here's Jacob Stallings, who came in as catcher in a double switch with 2 on and 2 out. Strike 1. Two and 1.
Alex Wood has won his last 3 starts. He's on a roll. This one looks like you can pencil it in. It's just about how efficient and how deep he will go to protect the Dodger bullpen for the rest of the series. So that frustration right there is missing the strike zone after a few base hits with a 10-1 lead and 2 outs.
Chopper to Turner at 3rd. Inning over. Halfway home. All Dodgers so far in this one.
Join T-Mobile in showing appreciation for all military by sharing a photo or video with the hashtag #HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
These boys in blue continue to take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. Come tomorrow and enjoy fireworks after the game, and return on Wednesday, July 4th, and enjoy the best fireworks show in town. Both courtesy of Budweiser. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
Max Muncy to open this 5th inning. He takes strike 1 from Anderson. Homered his last time, number 18 to lead the team. And as Muncy continues to do what he's doing, one of the reasons that there's optimism around the sustainability of it is what the foundation was. The elite understanding of the strike zone. Doesn't that give you more confidence when a guy already has that as his foundation, that he can sustain a run like this?
That for sure checks a box.
Punches a bouncer to Moran. 1.
The other box I see him check is that after a home run, you still see him have that discipline within the strike zone. So even in the nights when he hits for power or gets a few hits, he's always mixing in a walk. He's not so aggressive like, oh, I'm hot, I need to keep swinging. He's still disciplined in the strike zone.
And as Justin Turner comes up, you were mentioning earlier that that was one of the reasons why when Justin Turner started to get it going a few years back, you were confident about his ability to sustain. He rips a base hit into left center, his second of the night.
And then when you asked Justin a question about hitting, even back then, you just knew he was a knowledgeable person that had studied hitting. And so with the mind engaged and the discipline in the strike zone there, once he got hot, you did have a lot of confidence this could continue.
Same way with Muncy as far as the ability to have a high-level hitting conversation. 1-on-1 out for Cody Bellinger. Who hit his 17th home run of the season earlier tonight. Takes ball 2.
Morongo slow-mo cam. Try to slow this ball down. Slow the swing down. It's a beauty. Mentioned it was the 17th home run of the year, but also the 43rd RBI.
And so even though it's been a bit of a rocky follow-up campaign for Bellinger to that memorable rookie season, he's on pace to hit 30-some homers. And well, that pace would fall short of the 39. The bar that he set with 39 is a very high one. He takes a walk on 4 pitches here.
Fielder number 27, Matt Kemp.
And Matt Kemp, who is 3 for 3 and 6 for his last 6, comes up with men at first and second. First time in his career that he's had a hit in 6 consecutive ABs. One ball and no strikes. And the average back into the top 4 in the National League at 318. It had dipped around 300 prior to yesterday's game. Line drive right field, another hit. He's 4 for 4. He's 7 for his last 7. And this is only the 9th time in franchise history that a player has had a 7 for 7 run.
The trajectory off of most of the bats when he squares it up is about the same. He's hitting about a 15-foot high line drive. He's in another planet right now.
And doing it to all fields, which was a hallmark of his when he's perfect. Loaded up for Grandal, who's reached all 3 times. 1 ball, no strikes. Boy, it happened fast, too. I mean, he was 1 for his last 21 going into yesterday. Two and 0, nowhere to put Grandal. Now Smiley's reached all 3 times. He's walked twice and doubled. He's got Turner at third, Bellinger at second, and Kemp at first. A rude greeting to the big time for Anderson. Strike 1. Tries to lay off an elevated fastball and just barely does. Ball 3. Well, 10 runs over 4 1/3 here. Start to pull out the notes and see what the most is they've had in a game this year. 15 is the answer. Did that against the Giants on April 28th. Full count. He walks in a run. Dodgers lead at 11-1. And Grandal, who went most of June without a walk, has 3 of them tonight.
A couple of gift runs in the first inning, then 8 runs that they really earned the 3rd and 4th, and now here a gift run in the 5th with that walk.
Second one of the inning to go along with a pair of hits. And Chris Taylor, who snapped an 0 for 13 with an RBI single of his own last time. Goes after the first one. Line drive into center. Station to station. 12-1.
They are not booing Chris Taylor. They are anticipating Yasiel Puig coming up with bases loaded and 1 out.
Ray Searage. That pedometer working again.
I think he's got new shoes on. He's worn out the soles on the other. This is a tough night for a pitching coach. Had a few of these in Texas when I was the pitching coach there, and that ballpark, as offensive as it plays, and we had a young staff a few years.
Stephen Brault getting ready to go. Hello, what a fun night to be here, huh? Yasiel doubled homer run his last time up. He's driven in 2 tonight.
Number 66, Yasiel
Who hasn't? He has. The guy with the little blue bat. I think he's got an RBI tonight. Strike 1. Think Puig's going to get his money's worth when he decides to swing?
I think that he is looking to hit a home run. I want to hit it hard with the right launch angle. I'm going to concentrate on everything that Turner Ward and I have been working on. And until 2 strikes, I'm looking for a pitch in my area.
1-1. He made that great play, running to the wall in the right field corner earlier tonight, leaping into the wall, reaching into the crowd. Yasiel says he has no problem doing that because growing up in Cuba and even playing pro ball in Cuba, those walls are hard. So he sees padding and he says, all right, I'll do it. Grounds this one foul. Basically looks at the padding and says it's like it's inviting me to jump into it. It looks so soft.
Definitely softer than wood and cement that he ran into in his past.
Behind here, 1-2. Here comes the next one. Puig gets a bouncing ball off of the glove and into left. And he's got another run batted in. Dodgers have another run on the board, 13-1. And they're getting them in each and every way tonight, aren't they?
The RBI is locked in. I don't know if Yasiel will get a hit or this will be graded an error. I think because of the reach, it'll be a hit.
It is. His second of the night, his 3rd RBI. And now it's Wood with the bases loaded.
We just saw those high fives in the dugout to Matt Kemp. Sometimes when a guy has that many hits in a row, it becomes like a no-hitter where you don't want to talk to him about it. You just congratulate him on the last hit and scoring the run. You don't mention to him, hey man, that's 7 in a row.
Wood barreled it out, but it's foul. We joke around up here about how jinxing isn't real as broadcasters because you're supposed to say what's going on. It's a totally different culture down there.
Oh yeah, different rules. Because it's all part of the get out of my head. Well, when we broadcast and bring the facts and say, hey, call your neighbors, there's a perfect game going on here, or hey, so-and-so's got 7 hits in a row, you want to see if he gets the 8th. They don't hear that. And the reason it's not spoken down there on the bench is because they just want to leave that guy in the zone. They don't want any of those words or stats or sensations triggering too much trying to breathe through it and be too casual, like I'm hot, it'll just happen. Leave the guy in a good place for as long as possible.
Alex Wood's trying to do his best hitter impersonation. He's had some good-looking swings tonight.
He might be getting tired of the whole Rich Hill rakes. Have to come up with a Alex Wood.
I mean,
I don't know.
It's hard. Strike 3, 2 out. Just start to give the guy a hit nickname. Punches out.
Or you just drop the first name and call him Goodwood.
That would work.
Oh, look.
You have to tell them.
Rich Krajewski came up with the nickname quickly, put the card down over from our second deck here in the booth. I went up with just Goodwood, and I looked to see the card, and he's in my brain.
He had written Goodwood on the card. Here's Peterson with the bases loaded, 2 out. Already 3 runs in.
I've only known you for a few months.
They've batted around for the 2nd inning in a row. One ball and no strikes. So you saw yesterday Peterson beat the shift with 2 strikes, flipping one to left. You saw him try to bunt for a hit tonight. You've seen him nearly homer once. Actually homer on another swing. Turner Ward compares it to golf. He said Jock Peterson now has a whole lot more than just one club in that bag. Times in his career where he just had the driver. Pops it up. Fading into foul ground for Colin Moran, who makes the catch. And the Dodgers done in the 5th, but they add 3 more. And it's 13-1. Preview. Clayton Kershaw goes tomorrow for the Dodgers, and at this point looks like they'll be trying to pitch them to a 3rd consecutive win. With a 13-1 advantage as this game goes to the 6th. Max Muncy is now at 3rd base. Logan Forsythe is in playing 2nd. Chase Utley's in playing 1st. And Austin Meadows is at the plate against Alex Wood. Strike 1. Les Diaz sometimes changes up the tempo. We see pitchers changing the tempos on deliveries. Les Diaz changes the tempo on his called strikes. Ground ball, base hit for Meadows to open the 6th. Les Diaz is in the Cuban Sports Hall of Fame.
Second baseman Josh Harrison.
His parents, Cuban immigrants. He was born in Miami. Still has some family that is in Cuba. He got to umpire an exhibition game there a couple of years back. Major League umpire since 1999. Josh Harrison with the leadoff man on. Strike 1. This will be a nice piece for a contender here. Plays with a lot of energy. Can do a lot. He's kind of settled in at 2nd base for them, but he's played all over the place in his career. Pulls one off of the hands to 3rd. Muncy feeding Forsythe. He turns a double play. 3 guys either new to the game or playing new positions combine on that one.
Max Muncy with a nice rhythmic feed, and Logan Forsythe with quick hands around the 2nd base bag. And Chase Utley had the easy part, just stretching out and capturing the 2nd out.
Started to talk about Gregory Polanco last time he came up, native of the Dominican Republic, worth mentioning here on Dominican Republic night at Dodger Stadium. Really strong upbringing there. Both his parents worked in law enforcement. It's one of the things the Pirates liked when they scouted him and signed him. Most teams wanted Gregory Polanco as a pitcher. Down the line, foul. And it's 0-2. I didn't know how well he projected. Gangly, just a little too long for his own good. Wasn't the smoothest of athletes, but the Pirates said they'd give him a chance to play outfield. And when he heard that, when the scout told him that, Gregory gave him a big hug. Finally heard what he wanted. Slaps this one to the hole. Taylor throwing it a long way. Polanco with those long legs, long strides, has an infield single.
Pinch hitter number 38, Max Moroff.
Max Moroff will pinch hit. The double switch earlier. The fourth spot is now the pitcher's spot. Strike one. Strike two. Next pitch will be the 90th for Wood, trying to finish off 6 full innings, holding the Pirates to just 1 run. The Diaz home run in the second. 2 Ks, no walks tonight. And he's in good position to go to 4-0 in his last 4 starts.
It's a good feeling compared to that tough run he was on, a stretch that was one of the hardest in his life as a big leaguer. Not only emotionally, physically, results, all of it. And nothing feels good when you've got that downward spiral and you can't figure out how to get out of it. But right now, he wants to make this feeling last as long as possible. Throwing the ball well, locating, getting some run support. Remember early on in the year, he did not get much run support at all. When his own personal tough times on the mound came, so it kind of was extra special for him there for a while.
Finishes the inning off and probably his night off with a strikeout. 13-1, middle 6. The Dodgers tonight, 13 runs on 16 hits.
They have been absolutely fantastic. Some have blooped in, most have been line drives, and a few have gone over the wall.
13.
Alex Wood's night ends after 6 innings of 1-run ball.
One inning he had to wait 23 minutes for the offense to finish their damage. The next inning he had to wait 19 minutes for them to finish their damage, but his night is now finished. Even with those 42 minutes in between, I think he would take it if he was going to get 9 runs.
Stephen Brault comes into the game. Family and friends here to watch him. He's a San Diego guy. And Max Muncy climbs in to open the inning and takes ball 1. Muncy tonight with his 18th homer. He's ahead 2-0. Stephen Brault, Oral, is a really good singer. Did you know that about him?
I read that in the notes today.
Yeah. Sings in a band in the off seasons. When he was in the minors, he did the national anthem before a game, and then he actually did it before a Pirates game a couple weeks ago at PNC Park. It's 3-1 to Muncy. Caught on and miss, 3-2.
Early June in the Pittsburgh Dodger series at PNC, he was the one that picked up the win in relief. 11-9 Pittsburgh victory.
Caleb Ferguson, birthday boy, turned 22 today, getting ready to go as Muncy starts the 6th with a walk. Hey, did you hear the news? You might have heard.
Oh, the thing that's been on 24 hours a day, every minute of the day here in Los Angeles?
LeBron's a Laker. Exciting stuff.
It's really exciting. What a great sports city, and it just got better.
We're going to find Oral Hershiser courtside at some Lakers games this winter.
Only if I can get a break from somebody. I ain't buying the seats. That'd be exciting. Those guys are tremendous athletes, and it's amazing how few strides it takes them to go up and down the court.
I was thinking today, I wonder how long it's going to take for the jersey printers to have LeBron Lakers jerseys, and there's your answer. Less than 24 hours. Ball on a strike on Logan Forsythe.
Let's go, Bron! Let's go, Bron!
Let's go, Bron. Two and one.
On Petros and money, I heard Petros say today, LeBrongelus instead of Los Angeles.
All right,
I'm like,
Petros.
he hasn't even played a game here yet.
Ground ball, base hit, Logan Forsythe. Snapping along, Ofer. He's 0 for his previous 24.
Mentioned earlier about the early batting practice that Justin Turner takes with Turner Ward. Logan Forsythe has been out there on a daily basis, putting the work in. Even though it wasn't hit specifically like they want, it's nice to put the work in and get rewarded a little bit.
By the way, we were talking about Matt Kemp and his 7-for-7 run. 9th time that's happened in franchise history. The last 8-for-8 run was courtesy Logan Forsythe last year. That is not a trivia question I would have gotten right. Chase Utley, strike one.
I'm with you on that one.
So Brault, the singer, he had some big-time scholarship offers, but because he had such a passion for singing and performing, he decided to go the Division II route to Regis in Denver, which has a really good music program. He said that he wanted to play baseball, but he wanted to sing too. And he found a place where he could do both. He knew that was the perfect spot for him. His band in San Diego is known as the Street Gypsies. They play classic rock mostly. Two and two on Utley. His philosophy on the anthem I'm a fan of. He said, don't get too fancy. Stay within a range you can handle, and above all else, get the words right. Nail the basics. Utley's worked it full. Three-two. Utley lifts it to left where Corey Dickerson settles under it. Makes the catch, and Utley's the first out of the 6th. So up comes Matt Kemp. This 7-for-7 run that he's on, as we take a look at it on our Arco top tier plays of the game, it's come on 13 pitches.
13 pitches, that means he's getting it done early. Less than 2 pitches per hit. That means that some are coming on the first pitch, and that is one of his MOs.
You saw them all there lined up back to back to back. To back to back to back to back, but they were all line drives, right? Same look to all of them. 2 on 1 out, 6th inning, and he takes ball 1. Average back to 320. Two and 0, and you don't blame Brault for staying away from Kemp with the first couple.
Well, this is the kind of run that the news will escape Los Angeles and be all around the nation, and will affect the online ballot box for Matt Kemp. He's going to get some really good pub with this 7-hit run that is not over yet.
Seven for his last 7. He was 7 for his previous 48. And his slide, not surprisingly, kind of coincided with the team's offensive slide. And his resurgence has corresponded with the team's resurgence the last couple days. Takes a strike, back in the count at 3-1. Stephen Brault trying to throw up the first 0 since the second. 2 in the first, 2 in the third, 6 in the fourth, and 3 in the fifth. 3-1 pitch. Matt Kemp hits a high drive to left center field. He is a machine. For his last 8, capped with a bullet of a home run. Strike 1 on Grandal. Are you kidding me?
A 3-0 count, a borderline 3-0 pitch that turns it to 3-1, and this is no borderline swing. It's still a line drive, but it's a lot longer.
Grandal knifes a base hit to right. 16 runs, a new season high. 19 hits now. Still a couple of innings to go. Kemp tonight, single, double, single, homer.
It's a line drive streak, and the 8th one is a home run, but it still was a line drive.
And oh, by the way, Yasmani Grandal has reached all 5 times. Look out on that foul ball.
Matt Kemp is casting a very large shadow right now.
Sure is.
Yasmani just happens to be in it. Dave Roberts right there. That conversation is about, do you want to stay in or do you want to come out?
He's earned an early shower if he wants it. In a 16-1 game, not a whole lot else to accomplish. Drop the mic and get out of here. Boy, it's just been that kind of night. The Pirates can't wait for this nightmare to come to an end.
Chris Taylor with his 2nd one in a row as far as barrels are overrated. Last at bat, busted in half. This one, he doesn't hit it hard enough to bust the bat. But it finds that trickling line down the third base line that is so frustrating to the defenders.
20th hit. Ties the season high. And now it's Puig, who has an upright stance to begin. He takes a strike. Yasiel has reached each of his last 3 times, driving in a run each time. Oh, 0-2. Going to be hard to not get out of your normal swing when the game is at this stage.
I understand the excitement and the adrenaline and the momentum that Dodgers are having. They're having the best time ever they can have on a big league baseball field.
Down the line to left, that's a base hit. A good-looking swing from Puig that'll drive home 2 more. An offensive onslaught from the Dodgers. I can't even keep up at this point. Is that 17, 18, 17? Who knows? It's a lot. It's 17.
17 runs, 21 hits. Yasiel is keeping it classy. You get this kind of blowout, you want to play hard, try your best in every moment. But don't get to the point where you're so entertaining and so over the top that the frustrations all of a sudden brew over on the other side and maybe somebody has a chance of getting hurt.
He's driven in 4 tonight. And Kike Hernandez is going to get a chance to get involved in this offensive party. Boy, has he looked good lately. Career high 14 home runs, getting more significant playing time. Ball comes home. Hernandez takes the ball. They got 2 in the first. They got 2 in the third. 6 in the fourth. 3 in the fifth. 4 already in the sixth. And now 1-0. Big rip and a miss, 1-1. How about these numbers, Oral, for the middle of the order? Bellinger, Kemp, Grandal. They've been on 13 of their 14 times up. 9 for 10 with 4 walks. They've scored 8 runs. They've driven in 7. Fly to right. Not deep. Polanco. And the runners will hold. And they have, for the 3rd inning in a row, batted around. Wonder how many times that's happened this year in baseball.
Very few, I would think. And everything we talk about statistically has a context. There's either for the night, for the series, for the homestand, for the month. This is the type of game that's really going to skew all the averages for every context.
The Dodgers in July are the greatest offensive team in sports history.
There it is. There's the context.
Yeah. Peterson. Strike. Gosh, the crazy thing is that they've stranded 9.
Well,
I guess you have that many hits, you're going to strand your fair share. But the point is, it could be even worse. 2nd and 3rd here with 2 out. And Peterson fouls it, 1-2. Peterson 1 for 5 with his 12th home run in the 4th. Waits on a 1-2 from Steven Brault. Here it is. It's a ground ball back to him, and that's going to end the inning. They get 4 more. Matt Kemp. What a show he's put on tonight.
14, Kike Hernandez. And moving from center to middle.
For great offers on our most exciting lineup ever. Shop ChooseNissan.com. I think Cy Young is rolling in his grave watching this one tonight. The Nissan Dodgers calendar. 2 more with these Pirates to wrap up this 10-game homestand. An off day Thursday, and then an example of what is a pretty easy stretch for the Dodgers schedule. And as far as the travel goes, they go to Anaheim. After that, they go to San Diego. But over about a month stretch here, they don't leave Southern California. As the birthday boy Caleb Ferguson comes on. Happy 22nd to Caleb.
We've seen some nice flashes from Caleb. The strikeouts are above the innings pitched. The walks are a little out of whack, but he is learning in every outing. He's had 5 outings, 3 of them starts. This should be a very exciting birthday if he can take what he's learned and apply it to this Pittsburgh lineup with this big lead. Have a chance to have a few nice solid innings.
There have been a bunch of changes defensively for the Dodgers, and it looks like Clint Hurdle's arguing something as far as one of those changes. And the crew gets together. And that they don't go over and say anything to Dave Roberts leads you to believe that there's nothing wrong. Colin Moran to lead off this 7th. Mentioned earlier tonight that Moran has 2 grand slams here in his rookie season. He's only the 2nd Pirate rookie to do that. Fouls off the first one from Ferguson. The only other guy, 1947, Wally Westlake. That same year, 1947, the Pirates had talked Hall of Famer Hank Greenberg out of retirement by moving the fences in at Forbes Field. Moved him in and left about 30 feet and tried to entice him to come hit homers there. They even coined him Greenberg Gardens in left. And he did decide to come out of retirement. Struggled with injuries that year. Retired after, but one of the real beneficiaries was Wally Westlake. Did it as a 27-year-old rookie. His career was delayed like so many guys in that day and age by military service during World War II. Went on to play about a decade and hit a bunch of home runs. Chopper to Taylor. Sets his feet, throws him out.
Come to Dodger Stadium on July 14th at 4:15 when the Dodgers and the Angels face off in their 2nd game of the Freeway Series, driven by Lexus. Get here early and be one of the first 40,000 fans to take home a retro-inspired Clayton Kershaw bobblehead. Compliments of Arco. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions.
We talked earlier about Johnny Padres becoming a World Series hero, World Series MVP for the team that he grew up listening to on the radio and rooting for. Well, the guy at the plate right now, David Freese, he has the same story. Freese grew up in St. Louis and went on to become a World Series hero for the Cardinals. Back-to-back groundouts to short, quickly 2 out in the 7th. Hey, did Dieter earlier, without us noticing, play a little Cambro?
He did. He played cameo, and he.
Oh yeah, cameo.
But it's okay. He put it right in the middle of one of the hits for the rally, thinking that one of the Dodgers would put their hands in the air like they don't care.
You sure it wasn't the corn version?
No, because you know what I said? It's not in my playlist, and then I checked my account, and I do have the song.
You got a little corn on there, huh?
No, I got a little cameo.
Oh. Well, ball no strikes on Corey Dickerson. Yeah, you didn't strike me as a corn guy. K-O backwards R-N. It's not your jam?
No, I didn't even know they existed. And I apologize to all corn fans. but I will check it out tonight.
Sweet. I'm going to sleep well knowing that Oral Hershiser's at home listening to Korn.
I didn't say it's going to be very long. We'll have to check it out first.
You're not familiar
I
with the band Korn. You'll like it. It's light. You'll like it, Oral.
You trying to say I don't like heavy stuff?
No.
It's got to be light.
Just check it out. 2-1.
Okay.
No, you have a very eclectic music taste. You do.
You know, when we're in New York, Bruce Springsteen's putting on a show all by himself, but ticket prices are through the roof. It's like $1,000 on the low side and $5,000 if you want to be like third row center. I'm going to turn 60 in September, and I gave my wife a hint.
Birthday present, huh? Pop foul, and it's 2-2 on Dickerson. You can get into a Korn concert for cheaper than that.
Okay.
He's playing Springsteen for you. You don't even need to go to the concert. Dieter's putting one on for you.
Dancing in the dark.
Ferguson looking for a 1-2-3 inning. That fly ball is going to become a souvenir. There's a great fielder down there. We know that. In the 4th or 5th row. Made a wonderful play on a line drive earlier tonight.
You know, every once in a while we have friends of friends that come and you get them tickets. And Dustin Dente, our director, had a couple friends right next to the young man who made that great catch. And those two guys, the Dodger hat and the Pittsburgh hat, are his friends, and they were ducking out of the way, scared to death, and the young man saved their hides.
Their lives. Bouncing ball up the middle that'll sneak through, and Dickerson has his 3rd hit of the night.
That base hit gives us time to show that replay if we can find it in time of where those guys. Here it is. Young man makes an outstanding play. Now look, they and now they're going to pat him on the shoulder. Hey, say thank you. Here we go. Here it comes.
His hat is confused. Pirates colors. Dodger logo. Strike one on Jordy Mercer.
What do you give it? 15 seconds before he gets a text and knows that we just showed the replay and saved those two?
I think they've already gotten the text, I'm assuming, from
Dustin. On the watch.
There comes an 0-1. Mercer fouls it off. The next text should say, if I get you tickets, you don't wear the other team's colors.
Yes.
Oh, apparently Dustin didn't get him those tickets. He's not claiming them now that we're calling out the Pirates hat.
That is a cardinal sin when you get somebody's tickets and you put them in the Dodger family section and all of a sudden they show up in the opposing team's colors. You get hazed a little bit if that happens.
Alex Cora, manager of the Red Sox, former Dodger. Right at the start of his playing career and his brother Joey's playing career, they set the standard where their mom handled the ticket requests with a very strict rule like you're mentioning. Alex now is the manager of the Red Sox. This past weekend playing the Yankees, looked up in the crowd and saw one of his family members, a cousin or something, yelling down to him, decked out in Red Sox stuff. But the guy next to him had a Yankees jersey on. And Alex said he immediately went inside, grabbed his phone, texted his mom, or texted his cousin to say, you can't do that. Texted his mom, and she was livid.
Whoa.
Because that's a rule you don't break.
It's a cardinal sin in the big leagues.
Ferguson lets the 0-2 fly, and this is low and in. Ball one. Caleb having to face a team that he made his major league debut against now. He had a bunch of friends and family there. It's only a few hours from his hometown just outside Columbus. It's been good to see Ferguson get a little bit of a runway to show what he can do. Working out of the Dodger bullpen. Mercer down the line. That's fair ball. Puig hustling to keep it from getting to the wall. Dickerson hangs on at third as the throw comes all the way to home plate.
It is still entertaining in a 17-1 game when this guy is on the field. Wow.
Jacob Stallings, the catcher. Pirates looking for their first run since the second, when the catcher that Stallings replaced, Elias Diaz, hit a homer. Season high in runs, season high in hits for the boys in blue. 17 on 21.
Caleb Ferguson, 93, 94 mile an hour fastball. Predominantly the off-speed pitches, the curveball. Got a nice 18 mile an hour differential between those two. And the changeup is still in development, but he has pulled the trigger on it up here at the big league level. Here and there. And that pitch right there, that curveball has gotten better and better with every outing. First few outings had a little bit of a roll to it, and now all of a sudden it's starting to get sharper and have more depth.
Other games in the division have gone final. Rockies came from behind to beat the Giants 5-2. So the Dodgers at the moment alone in second place. The Diamondbacks dropped the opener to the Cardinals 6-3 and have now dropped 4 straight. So assuming this score holds, the Dodgers will move to within a game and a half of Arizona. Stallings down the line to right. Puig careful. 17-1. Maybe jammed his hand.
Yeah, the wall and he have met like 3 times tonight. Once with the jump catch in the corner. A little bit of elbow pain on the last play over there as he went over, and you know, this one looks like he twists something on the right hand. Looked like he was testing the strength of his ankle right there.
Stallings choking up with 2 strikes. Here it comes. Do it again. Stallings making Ferguson work here. This will be the 8th pitch of this at-bat. Dickerson at third and Mercer at second. Another 2-2. The Dirties worked it full.
I see Stallings get in the batter's box. He's got a little Hunter Pence in him. A real tall guy, spreads out, flexes the knees. He's kind of got his bat in that same area that Hunter Pence did and still does.
Yeah.
See it?
Punches a ground ball to second. Logan Forsythe waits for Utley to get there and throws him out. Utley extending to catch it. We stretch. 17-1.
Clayton Kershaw hosts a charity event of his own with a surprise performance from a country music star. Don't miss Backstage Dodgers presented by Cadillac Friday after the postgame show on Sportsnet LA.
Max Muncy up there for the 6th time tonight. The Dodgers with 17 runs on 21 hits. Stephen Brault comes home. Strike one. Max, for the record, likes all kinds of music. Not necessarily a Beastie Boys guy, but doesn't mind them. It's kind of a win and roam guy, he says, depending on how he feels and where he's at. But he's cool with the funky Muncy thing.
Uh-huh.
He's ahead of Brault 2-1. What do you think about Max Muncy in the home run derby? Fly ball to center field. Meadows will catch.
I'm thinking about it.
It's not necessarily, though, like your traditional wow BP.
Right. But there have been some wow home runs during the game.
No doubt. There's Forsythe. And I guess the second part of that question is, do you buy into it hurting guys' swings?
That's what I was thinking about. 'Cause I don't see his home run swing as something that is like the natural swing. It just seems like it happens with a good swing, and he's putting a lot of good swings on balls.
Forsythe puts a pretty good swing on this one to deep right center field, but it's caught by Meadows. Okay, so we were talking last inning about the Dodgers having batted around 3 innings in a row. Wondered aloud how often that happens. It's the first time since the team moved to Los Angeles that they've batted around 3 straight innings. It's the first time in Major League Baseball that it's happened since 2011, when the Yankees did it in 4 straight innings against the Oakland A's. Chase Utley with 2 out, looks at ball 1. 2-1. Crowd tonight 45,207. The Dodgers will have real fireworks each of the next 2 nights, but the offensive version tonight.
We should have some big crowds, if not sellouts, the last 2 nights. The third and fourth are going to be extra special, especially after all the buzz around Los Angeles with these 17 runs so far.
On the corner to get Utley and finish the Dodgers in the 7th. First time they've held him without a run since the 2nd. He's even got a bomb tonight. And before this 8th inning, we check into the studio for a preview of Access Sportsnet Dodgers.
All right, thanks, Joe. Remember earlier in the season when Alex Wood was struggling to get any run support? I think he got enough tonight, Jerry.
I think so. I love the offensive firepower led by Matt Kemp.
5 for 5 for Kemp. I would love to see Joe and Oral's scorebook right about now.
Can they write?
Did Jerry just say, can they write?
He did, and we can.
Yeah.
Right with the best of them. Color, even use some markers on there.
Yeah. I'm not even going to respond to that other than recognize that he did it and save up some stuff for tomorrow.
Austin Meadows attacks the first pitch from Caleb Ferguson. Logan Forsythe throws him out. Clayton Kershaw tomorrow for the Dodgers against Ivan Nova. Will try and restore order for the Pirates.
Clayton coming back has done very well. More strikeouts than innings pitched. Starting to build the pitch count. I'm thinking he goes in tomorrow with a little softer limit where he can extend the outing.
Josh Bell with one out, pinch hitting and taking a ball. Bell finished 3rd in Rookie of the Year voting last year. He had 26 home runs. But at the halfway point this year, he has only 5. 1 ball and 1 strike. .25 years old. He's from Texas. Josh signed the largest bonus ever for a player outside the first round. It's a second-round pick and signed for $5 million. That was to convince him to sign instead of going to Texas, where he had said that he was certain he would go, and regardless of where he was drafted. Actually even wrote a letter to the commissioner's office advising teams not to bother drafting him. The Pirates still took their chances, put together a big presentation for him, and gave him $5 million and tipped the scales. Ferguson delivers 2-2. And a Baltimore chop. Ferguson goes down the mound, waits for it to come down, throws late. Wasn't the most efficient toss over there, but that thing hung in the air forever. And Bell's aboard with 1 out.
While it's in the air, you're preparing yourself to not only catch it, but get the footwork in line. Maybe a little bit bigger turn than he needed, but probably not going to get him. That one was up there for a while.
Polanco has one of the 9 hits for the Pirates tonight. And here he is with a man on and 1 out. 17-1 in the 8th. Strike 1. Bell takes off. He's safe at second, but comes off of the bag. Nope, kept his hand down. All that yoga he's been doing in the off seasons. Flexible enough to hang on. Maybe.
Dodgers will take a beat to take another look at this as we get a chance to see it. And wow. There is time there to tag him, but does he get? Yes, yep. He's going to be out. That will be the second out, and boy, has Yasmani Grandal thrown the ball well. When we've seen him behind the plate, stolen base attempts, accurate, quick releases, and right there, just the fact that he followed through with this play and got it down there, forced the slide, and then the slide brings him off the base. Yasmani doesn't give up on this. 17-1. Really nice throw. Forces the slide, and they get the out.
So 2 gone, and even though the batting average hasn't been where Yasmani would like it, the defenses remain really consistent, which was always among the best defensive performances among catchers in the National League. And the last couple days, the offense coming alive too. He's reached all 5 times tonight. Polanco to center, sends Hernandez back with room. And a couple of scoreless innings on his 22nd birthday. Caleb Ferguson sending us to the bottom of the 8th. theaters everywhere July 20th. Down by Carl's Jr., the tempting El Diablo Thick Burger has returned to Carl's Jr. Pick it up before it's gone.
We move to the bottom of the 8th, 17-1 Dodgers. That's all but decided, but don't miss the highly anticipated annual Freeway Series driven by Lexus when the Dodgers and the Angels face off at Dodger Stadium right here, July 13th through July 15th. For tickets, visit dodgers.com/tickets.
Edgar Santana, as the night continues for this bullpen, which was put to work very early when Nick Kingham struggled. Santana's on for the 38th time, and he'll face Caleb Ferguson. So it looks like Ferguson will try to go the final 3 innings of this game for the Dodgers to put their pen into really good shape moving forward.
And if I'm not mistaken, Caleb Ferguson does that, he could record a save. 3 innings of work with a lead, no matter how big the lead.
Pitching off adrenaline in a save situation. He does have a hit, although it almost looked like he was going to be thrown out. Never hit the ball to right field. Behind Santana, 1-2. Hey, so our friend here with the hat, the black and yellow Dodger hat.
Yep, they made the great catch.
Strike 3 on Ferguson. That is a Long Beach State Night Dodger hat. So that explains it.
Yep. And the 2 guys that were embarrassed have either gone up to get a beverage or have left the ballpark. Afraid of another foul ball.
All right. Grandal aboard all 5 times. Started the night with a couple of walks. Then he doubled, walked again, singled. Exit foul, and it's 0-2. Monday Night Football theme from Dieter. It's coming.
Dieter's going to have to ice his fingers tonight. He's had a lot of time to play the organ in between hits.
That one gets Grandal in the corner. Grandal, by the way, had 3 walks in the entire month of June. He's got 3 tonight.
Shortstop number 3, Chris Taylor.
17-1, Dodgers in front. Chris Taylor comes up. Very underrated walk-up song he's got. Copperhead Road by Steve Earle. Seeing his buddy's favorite song growing up in Virginia. So sentimental favorite. You're going to let us know what you think of Korn tomorrow? Homework assignment?
Yeah.
Okay.
When you get me on pop culture or music or maybe a movie I don't remember, maybe I saw it, I immediately go home. As soon as I hit the front door, I am like, I got to look that up.
You could even do this on the way home, though. You could bump some Korn on the 110.
Okay.
I don't know that you bump Korn, but you can play some Korn. The window's down.
I'm not going to do the search to find it while driving, so I have to do that before I leave the Dodger Stadium and the parking lot. Okay.
The 1-2. Taylor swings through it. Strike 3, sending us to the 9th inning. Dodgers well on their way to making it back-to-back wins. field. He is a machine. And he's an easy choice for the Lexus player of the game with a 5-for-5 performance. He's now 8 for his last 8, going back to yesterday.
Stay on a roll, Matt Kemp. You can carry these Dodgers when you are hot.
Ferguson stays in there, drops in a strike to Max Moroff. Seen some questions online with the stat that we gave, batting around 3 times. What is the definition of batting around?
Right.
Because in recent years there's been some arguing.
Is it 9 guys or is it when the 10th guy comes up?
Ferguson with a strikeout to open the 9th. It's 9.
I'm in the 9-guy camp.
Yeah, you're the guy I want to party with. The guy who comes in and says, no, it's not batting around until the 10th.
Number 19, Colin Moran.
I mean, you're probably a good guy. I just don't know if I want to hang out.
Right. Especially on a night like tonight when they did it 3 times.
That's right. Don't ruin that fun.
Don't tell me we were 1 short.
Nope. Colin Moran, look out. If he got his hands out of the way of that. Looks like he did. Just a foul ball, 0-1.
Caleb Ferguson, 6 outings in the big leagues, 3 starts, a win, a loss, already has a game finished. Going to get his 2nd game finished, it looks like, and his 1st save. And on his birthday.
And our friend Jeff Snyder tweets at us and says the Dodger record for the biggest margin of victory in a game in which a pitcher gets a save is 16. So this would match it.
And does our friend have a name of that guy who got that save?
The LA Dodger record is 14. It was Alan Mills in 2000. The overall franchise record, Ed Roebuck in 1957, the year before the team moved, and a 20-4 game against the Milwaukee Braves. Bouncing ball right side. Logan Forsythe has it. Throws Moran out. Caleb Ferguson and out away from history. Thanks to Jeff for the heads up on that. Jeff, if he gives up a home run, you jinxed it. And it is pitching the final 3 innings of the game with any lead that qualifies you to get a save technically. Strike 1 on David Freese. And Jeff, I'm obviously kidding. Jinxes don't exist. Back at it tomorrow, same time, same place. Clayton Kershaw has looked better and better each time off of the disabled list. The veteran Ivan Nova for the Pirates, who the Dodgers didn't see in Pittsburgh earlier this year. He was on the DL at the time. Different time on Wednesday, keep in mind, for the 4th of July. That's a 5:10 first pitch. Rich Hill, Joe Musgrove. Same thing both nights, though. Fireworks to follow the game. A pop-up and foul ground at first. Chase Utley has room, and the Dodgers with a resounding win in this one, 17-1.
2 W's in a row. Go home tonight. Rest your legs from scoring all the runs. Rest your arms from getting all these hits.
Well, this is a fun one. Matt Kemp, with a 5-for-5 night, capped off by a home run. Caleb Ferguson, meet Ed Roba. For Hershiser, Lana Rizzo, and the rest of our crew, Joe Davis saying so long from Dodger Stadium. Stay tuned. Access Sportsnet Dodgers, presented by your Southern California Ford dealers, ready to begin to recap a 17-1 trouncing of the Pittsburgh Pirates.